2, 1, go!
comfortably, then we'll begin.
Drop the needle!
Good evening, folks, and what can we tell you? First up, we've got President Biden. He was recently on a tour at JPL and got very upset when he was told he was not allowed to play in the Apollo lunar lander. When it was explained to him that a mock-up was on display, he replied, "Eric Von Daniken recently told me there would be crumbs inside it from the Illuminati ceremony performed by Buzz and Neil." Jill Biden then pulled out a tranquilizer dart gun, shot her husband in the neck, and took his limp body home for a nap.
Oh, poor granddad puts it.
And then he pooped.
A Polish police chief. Say that quickly 3 times. A Polish police chief was injured after a gift from Ukrainian officials exploded. The gift? A grenade launcher. Because nothing says Christmas like explosive projectiles. For this reason, Operator Starsky will be excluded from the Shills Secret Santa program this year.
Donald Trump released his NFT trading cards, showing the world yet again what an absolute fucking moron the man really is.
That man, he should make his penis an NFT because no one wants to fund that. Oh, I just realised it's me again. Sorry.
Yes.
Archaeologists have discovered an 11,000-year-old carving of a man clutching his phallus while being attacked by 2 leopards. The carving has been described as the most difficult and heroic wank ever.
Taking danger a little too far. Ron Jeremy, former porn star, has announced he will be throwing his hat into the ring in the next presidential race in the United States. He was quoted as saying, "Why not, right? I mean, it seems to be the job for the biggest cock."
Oh, oh, that man is so sexy. He's got the face for porn. Absolutely. Researchers have made an astonishing discovery. Surprise, surprise! Snakes have clitorises. The scientists didn't believe the organ existed and took nearly a century to find it. The wives and girlfriends of the scientists have confirmed their statement, saying it's a long time coming.
Unanimously, I'm sure. Vladimir Putler has finally admitted he is addicted to enemas. He has one in the morning, one at noon, and one at night, and is given them personally by none other than "I told you it would hurt," current leader of Iran.
Pushing in the Putin. There's a song there somewhere, I'm sure of it. US physicists have confirmed they have achieved nuclear fusion ignition in their test reactor. Nuclear fusion is the process of smashing two hydrogen atoms together to produce helium whilst imparting energy. This is extremely exciting, they say. The consequences are enormous. We are looking forward towards a future that will generate an almost unlimited supply of helium.
And even bigger bombs. Yay.
Elon Musk hit the news again by announcing yet another addition to Twitter employee benefits packages. Musk will now be giving every Twitter employee with over 2 years on the job a personalized fart in a jar, autographed by the flatulent man himself.
Oh, right. No, those farts have got to be verified first.
Blue check, blue check.
Might be a brown check. With the success of Artemis 1 mission, NASA can look forward to their follow-up mission, Artemis 2, in 2025. Now, I've written no gag because NASA are writing their own material. Seriously, another 2 years of space deniers twatting on about us not going back to the moon. Oh, geez, no.
And what do you think, fellow babies? I think that are your headlines, and now you know the reasons.
That's us caught up with the world.
So talking about fusion, what do you think would happen if we smashed two flurfs together like that kind of speed that they did with the fusion reaction? I wonder.
A naked,
what do you think
mucus-covered Arwen would slither out.
Yeah.
And plop onto the floor. And
Kind of similar lines I was thinking of, but that was far better than what I can think of.
I would like to see two flurfs in a particle accelerator accelerating towards each other at high speed.
And by the way, the Artemis 2 thing that's actually true. That is true. That wasn't a gag. That is true.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. All my gags are true. They're all true.
Including his reflex.
Just slightly curved a little bit, shall we say.
Just a little bent over the horizon, as it were.
Yeah.
Let's test DK's claim with the honesty meter.
Oh dear.
Not looking good, buddy.
Well, your honesty meter is obviously defective because all my stories are true.
I mean, who says phallus these days as well? Why can't they just say penis? Why
Me.
phallus?
No, this is I said phallus.
phallus.
Yeah.
You said what? I mean, you don't normally say phallus. You just say cock.
Well, no,
Usually.
what? You don't hear me when we're talking sexy, when I'm whispering in your ear. So, would you? Where would you like my phallus tonight, darling?
You always say cock in my ear. What are you talking about? I'm cock in my ear. Who said that?
That one night, Matt, you fell asleep on stream. You should have heard the shit he was saying to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've got chirping birds.
Oh, God.
The crickets just kicked in and won't stop. I don't understand what's going on there. Hold on a second here.
I'll just leave on.
Yeah, they
I
just
found one
didn't
in
want to
my
go away.
apartment
Okay,
last
yeah,
week, and
there.
I just left him alone because it's so cold outside. I was like, hey, you can stay. I don't care.
That was odd. So yeah, okay. Well, let's dig into the pit and see what we find here, because there is a couple of things we should get into. Number one, DK, you were alluding to flat earthers there and conspiracy theorists, right? Well, this is going to drive people absolutely batshit crazy, because thousands of unedited government JFK assassination files have been released. And I mean, I haven't gone through the article. I just wanted to bring it up here and show you quick. But conspiracy theorists the world over will be combing through this and claiming that tiny little blurbs that mean almost nothing, with maybe a little slight redaction here and there, is giving up the ghost and telling everybody it's going to be crazy.
It's a curious one, the JFK thing. I mean,
Mm.
yeah.
I mean, if I really had to believe in a conspiracy, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say that this was a coup that he was assassinated for. I'm not saying that it definitely is, because I can't prove it. But there is quite a lot of questions that are kind of been left unanswered, isn't there?
Well, the thing about conspiracies is some of them are actual conspiracies because there was a conspiracy.
Yeah,
You know, like Watergate was a conspiracy.
Yeah.
That's why I don't even put flat Earth in the conspiracy category.
No,
Almost all conspiracies have some fact somewhere in there.
Yeah, no, flat Earth is just fucking idiocy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, if you believe that there's a higher power or the government or something like that have done something, whether it's true or not, where there's only no basis of any fact, it's still really technically a conspiracy, because that's all it is. It's a conspiracy. The very definition of it doesn't necessarily mean it's true, or some are, but most aren't. Let's face it.
But here's a couple of sentences from the report. This was from the BBC. No huge revelations are expected from the papers, but historians hope to learn more about the assassination. And it just gives a couple of dates, But the idea is, if there was some big American cover-up, they're not giving out that information in these papers. This is just basic information stuff that would be from an investigation that they're finally releasing, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be a real reach if any of the conspiracy-minded people try to use these to prove, crazy theories.
It'll be mostly from the Warren report, wasn't it? That was the first investigation into it. I think that was the only. Wasn't there a further one? I'm not sure. Was there one?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, well, I know the Warren report's the first one, but I don't know. I know lots of other people have actually tried to investigate it, but obviously with limited powers.
Yeah,
and stuff. So I don't know, but yeah, it is a bit weird.
The Warren Commission.
Yeah, the Warren Commission. It is, like I said, the whole thing's a bit weird, and there's some unanswered questions. So maybe these papers now will start maybe answering those questions, and I'm willing to accept if there's a reasonable explanation for it. That
it's a bit hard to have those questions answered so many years after the event.
Yeah,
it's the further the conspiracy, the time the original event happened, the conspiracy just gets so harder to
because you got to imagine Lincoln assassination was probably a conspiracy at the time.
Yeah.
Could very well have been, right? And there's been so many so-called documentaries about this, both factual and completely from the side of crazy, that a lot of people have such preconceived notions now that they'll read what they want to into the documents, unless they're like a proper historian or somebody that has the wherewithal to stay unbiased and just absorb the information.
Well, like you say, there's shitloads of documentaries about the same subject. I mean, they'll all say something completely different depending on what they want to say. Yeah, they never seem to be actually looking for the actual truth.
Exactly.
They really want to just put their bias across.
Yeah. Exactly. And so going to the second one here, not to be like racing along, but the fusion ignition, that has a lot of people very excited. I mean, it's not like it's going to be tomorrow they're building the first plant and we get all this free energy out of it or whatever. But, this was one of those marker moments that everybody's waiting for, because it does take you quite a step towards making it a reality, not just a hope.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of Edison inventing the light switch. Yeah, it's still a long way off. But I've got some questions about this. You carry on. I'll come back to my little conspiracies afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
okay.
I'll just give like a little half paragraph here of it. A major scientific breakthrough, decades in the making, that will pave the way for advancements in national defense and the future of clean power. On December 5th, a team at LLNL's National Ignition Facility conducted the first controlled fusion experiment in history to reach this milestone, also known as scientific energy break-even, meaning it produced more energy from fusion than the laser energy used to drive it. This is the huge part, right? And it goes on to say this is historic, first of its kind achievement, will provide unprecedented capability to support NNSA's stockpile stewardship program, and will provide invaluable insights into the prospects of clean fusion energy, which would be a game changer for efforts to achieve President Biden's goal of a net zero carbon economy.
Yeah, I mean, before
he won't be around to see it.
Before DKG goes into his conspiracy theory, I mean, the really cool thing about it is that it's really clean. There's very little in terms of radiation waste, and the fuel that's actually needed is just hydrogen. I mean, hydrogen is limitless.
Yeah,
so, and also it's incredibly clean. So, I mean, the way it stands at the moment is that, well, the science has been done, right? And the reason why it's such a big thing, because also as well, is because they've been, the last 20, 30 years they've been trying to do this, trying to get a net gain output from it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fusion is, we've done fusion with with bombs, haven't we? So that's already been done, but it's just, getting that net gain of energy out of it. That's right. What the big thing is about it. You could eventually, could be 30, 40 years down the line, but we could have nuclear fusion reactors, powering our homes, and it'd be much more efficient, clean, and limitless fuel,
Yeah, and you could use a non-destructive hydroelectric source or solar source to be the one that puts the initial power in to get more out. And as such, you'd be looking pretty good, right?
Yeah,
you'd be looking real good.
I mean, the potential there as well is also miniaturization. You could potentially feed vehicles, aircraft carriers, submarines.
Mr. Fusion.
All kinds of things, Mr. Fusion, exactly. So so there's limitless possibilities with that, who knows.
But if they put it in prisons, it'll just be confusion.
So what's the conspiracy?
No, Dick, could you read that? Go back to that article if you still got it.
Yep.
Read the first line and I'll say pause.
Okay. A major scientific breakthrough, decades in the making, that will pave the way for advancements in national defense and the future of...
Pause. Why the fuck are we talking about unlimited power? And the first line is national defense. Now, this is what really concerns me about this, is because, okay, this is an American organization or American lab, funded by the government, probably, who are putting the work into this and will come up with their, fusion reactor. First thing they come up with is national defense. Now, are they going to be handing out this knowledge to the rest of the world and essentially their enemies, China, Russia, Iran? So everybody can have, this free power. They won't want to hand it out because they don't want these other countries to get it before they do. Well, there's something screwy going on there where they say, first thing they mention is national defense.
I mean, don't forget though, thermonuclear weapons we already have, which are fusion weapons. That already exists.
Fission.
Right?
We've got fission as well.
We got fusion weapons. Hydrogen bomb is fusion.
Yes.
From a fission reaction, then, which produces then a fusion explosion, right? Bomb. And
the bombs will just be cheaper and easier to make.
But the thing is that what the potential of this is that there's some weapons at the moment that are out there that require or some weapons that are kind of being looked at and developed or would like to develop require huge amounts of power. So that's where the danger, I think, lies. Now, rail guns could then become much more powerful, because that needs an enormous amount of power. So there's all kinds of different possibilities. I don't know whatever weapons that scientists have dreamed up before they've actually been developed, because they can't produce enough power. That's to me what it is. I could be completely wrong.
Well, I was under the assumption that we were working on this fusion problem so that the world would have unlimited power and no one would go starving. But it just seems a bit odd that they're more concerned about being able to kill people.
Oh yeah, but they're always going to find that element though. The military are always going to look like that, aren't they? They're always going to look at things like that. That's that was no big surprise to me.
We're straight to the negative. I had the same thought as soon as I read these articles too.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with it. But we also need to think about the positives more than the negatives, don't we?
It just concerns me. And obviously, we all talk about fusion is going to be unlimited, free, energy to everybody. Is it going to be free?
No, is it bollocks? Is it bollocks?
Of course not.
Is it bollocks? Of course
it's carbon free. It's carbon free if the energy used to get it going isn't like it's such a if and but situation, right? But the good part of it isn't the free part. Because that'll never be. If there's even one person involved in having to make it, you're paying them a good salary. But it's free from effects to the environment if you use like hydroelectric or whatever to get it running, and then it puts out more and everybody can benefit. I think they're just really being loose with the terminology.
Yeah. So it would be fine. We'll all have lots of energy, but we'll have to pay for it under our fucking government dominators.
They said the same thing in the 50s and 60s, right? About when they're going to start building nuclear reactors. They said, "Oh, it's going to be free energy and it's going to be great," and all those. Is it bollocks free? Yeah, it was never going to be free. So why should it be any different now? At the end of the day, they've got to build the bloody things. At the moment they've got to develop them. Because it works. Now it's just a case of engineers now getting together and saying what they can do with this and what they can develop this into actually a working reactor, or working reactors, I should say.
And it won't be quick.
That's going to cost a lot of money. So this is all going to be done by private enterprise. So they're going to recover the money. So of course it's not going to be fucking free. Whoever says that it's going to be free is just talking shit. It's not. Well, it's true though, isn't it? Fuck off. I know politicians and stuff are saying that. Lying out of their arse. Of course, bloody not.
Apart from anything else, you give everybody unlimited power. Can you imagine it? You've got unlimited power. Oh, we'll just leave all the lights on. We'll just end up warming the planet up in the wrong way now, because we'll just be leaving lights on. Computers are running all the time. We don't need to shut anything off.
Yeah,
your TV's on 24 hours a day.
Yeah, you're going to guarantee that humans are going to abuse it at some point.
We'll find some other way to fuck up the planet using this technology. I'm guarantee it.
Yeah, I agree. Bloody hell, I agreed with you, DKG. Fuck.
I don't know. What's wrong with you? Buy a Mac.
No, I'm going. I'm leaving. I'll get my coat. Bye.
The aliens are out there like, fuck, they just got onto hydrogen. We better fucking intervene.
Yeah. Next thing will be smoking it. They'll turn it into hydrogen into some sort of like drug that you can smoke. That'll be.
Some of them still think they live on a flat planet. I think we should give them another millennium.
Yeah, but the thing is, they'll be pumping out all that helium. So over the next centuries, we'll all start talking squeaky voices.
But after those helium fused, was it? Is it the helium that's fusing? It is the helium that's fusing together, isn't it?
Yeah.
But does that produce more helium then? Does it, or what? I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
Well, it's more helium than we had before.
Yeah, but it's fused, isn't it? They fuse it together.
What?
The helium atoms fusing together.
No, they're fusing hydrogen atoms that generate helium.
Oh, the generate helium. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Oh, sorry, got it the wrong in red. Okay.
Yes.
Done. Okay. Well, that's all right. We haven't all the fluffers saying that we've got a shortage of helium because NASA's buying it all up.
Yes.
So there you go. We weren't anymore.
Do you think after they did this test that they went out to the party shop and got a whole load of helium balloons? Yeah, we're party,
Breathing it in and squeaking and stuff like that. Yeah.
Lollipop guild party.
Do you think all the scientists that have done that have actually finally got over their hangover from celebrating?
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame them, though, because if you think about it, you spend your entire life, your entire career researching this and working on it, and it keeps failing and not working. You're going to be pretty fucking excited, aren't you? I mean, we all think they're geeks, but I mean, in the end of the day, so are we. So, I'm a geek. I don't care. I don't blame you getting excited. Same thing when they have a lander land on the Mars. It's like they're all jumping up and down because they spent all their lives, probably all their working career at least, working on it, and it comes down to 8 minutes of sheer terror when it's coming down to see if it works or not.
Exactly, man. They call it, the 7 minutes, 8 minutes of terror or whatever, right? I mean, oh, it must be rough.
Time to celebrate, everybody. We'll see you on World of Warcraft for fun and giggles.
So anyway, I'll take it you all heard about the leak in the ISS.
Yeah, that was
about that.
Intense looking.
Yeah. Yeah. It was coming from those of you who don't know, they discovered a leak coming from the Soyuz MS-22 spacecraft. It's the Russian.
It's always that when it's leaking, though.
Yeah, well, actually, they had a few other leaks that have been coming.
They just put up a fucking sieve. That's what they put up.
So they think it was they've actually confirmed it's a coolant leak. The leak is now stopped because it's an external cooling loop, and now it's empty. So it's run out. It's all been vented out into space, this coolant. So now they don't know whether they can actually use the spacecraft. Apparently, the heat inside it has increased, but it's within acceptable levels. But problem is, getting back to Earth gets a bit hotter, doesn't it? So I don't know what's going to happen to it, what they're going to do. Because I mean, they need at least one module as an escape module, don't they? I mean, it's always been Soyuz. I think there's a Dragon docked. I think. I don't know.
If it gets a bit warm, they could as they're going down, they could always open up the window, just wind it down a bit.
Yeah, wind it down a bit. Get some air in here.
Oh.
Pack your own personal sheets.
Did you check on what Leo thought of that? Surely he thought something of that.
Oh, I don't know. No, I haven't seen.
The pantomime.
Yeah, well, I think we should have a bingo, shouldn't we? Yeah. Look at this, Tosh. Yeah, that would be one. Let's have a look. That'll be another one.
He put up a video about how NASA basically switched their comments off on most of their streams or whatever.
Been doing that for years.
Well, it's like, oh, that's because they're hiding, and the people. And there was the top, or the first comment on that video was saying, "Oh yes, I was on a SpaceX stream and I said this, that, and the other, and I got booted off because I said this, that, and the other, and whatever." And he went ranting on and on and on about all the stuff he said. Thinking, no, you're a fucking lie. A, you didn't get booted off a SpaceX stream; it was probably somebody else's stream. And B, all that shit you just said would not have fitted into the 200 characters that you're allowed to type out in a comment. So it's like, you've just fucking lied.
And if he did sort of like do it like several postings or like 200 characters, they probably booted him off because for spamming.
Yeah,
it would have been like 10 posts or something for saying it. That's probably bloody why he got kicked off. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly. It was a spam reaction. It had nothing to do with him flirting.
We got some member chat.
Indeed. Why don't you give it a big shout there, Charlie?
Yeah, somebody I play games with, Autistic Shill, member for 7 months. 7 months, dang, I must like you guys. I do. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face.
Thank you, Autistic Shell. Very cool. Very cool indeed.
I'm glad somebody does.
Yeah, we appreciate it too very much. That's awesome. We have something very special to do right now because we have a Shills sponsor on the show tonight. So let's kick it over and give our sponsor the proper shout they deserve. Chia Pet, every kid's favorite gift to get under the Christmas tree, now has a great new member of the family. Chia Trump. That's right. Now you too can have your own Chia Pet Trump in 4 easy steps. Drown Trump in water, spread on the seeds, keep him well wet, and watch him grow. It's just like having your own toupee. Add our optional Bluetooth module and your Trump Chia can tell you horrific bedtime nightmares, tales of woe with hair pieces, and all about how to get arrested. Now with full NFT support. Act now and make Christmas great again. Order yours today. There's a link down below. It's Chia Trump / the Shills. You get 1% off.
I had a
like
Chia zombie hand that was reaching out of grass, and that thing survived for fucking ever, and I didn't even do anything to it. I mean, it
That's
was really
funny.
a zombie.
Yeah, they're giving out real ones.
I'll buy a Trump one. I'll just use it for target practice. Throw darts at it.
William Kirkmeyer says, I'd buy a Chia DKG.
We should do
Yeah,
it.
DKG.
That'd be awesome.
DK.
Oh, my head's got the right shape for it.
Oh, it wasn't going to be your head.
Oh,
Golden
Small
cock, and you water it, and it pubes out.
Well, technically speaking, it would be his head then, wouldn't it?
Oh.
Catch my drift.
you filthy git.
Get the full gift kit and you get the shaver as well. Grow hair on the balls, shave it off the DKG way.
Shave the grass to make the yard look bigger.
See, the problem with a Donald Trump Chia would be that the grass wouldn't grow, just the head would get bigger.
Yeah. In the Donald Trump Chia Pet, the hair, the what are they, sprouts or something?
Yeah,
they
they're
actually
like
grow.
They're not herbal. They're like a weed, but they're really controlled.
Yeah. They go on a separate little thing that you just place on top of the Donald Trump Chia head.
Another
Oh.
member chat, Mark Bizer, who
Yay.
always comes in with the capital DERP. Member for 22 months, 2 months shy of 2 years. 22 months, and I don't even like some of you much.
Nice.
I don't like anybody anyway. Either.
I like the honesty. I love it.
Aaron Reese in the chat. They recalled the Chia Trump. The head never stopped growing.
I like Aaron's most recent message. It says message retracted.
That must have been good.
A call for snipers. Let's see what we got up next here. Oh, yeah, there is here. There's an image. I wonder if I can get this to come up here. Yeah. Let's see if I can enlarge it too. But here's a couple of the ones that were
yes.
on the site for sale.
Yes. No, I was hoping we'd get back to this because this is just fucking insane, hilarious, and pathetic. In
So these are
so many
real,
worlds.
right?
These are
But they-
real.
I
For
cannot believe it.
$99, you can purchase. I'm
Just
not even
one?
too sure what you're purchasing. You'll purchase. Yeah, each one is $99, and it's an image. What? What do you mean
Look at the-
purchase? You
look
can just fucking download it. What?
But look at the one with the cowboy hat. Tell me
know.
that wasn't actually a Putin pic and they just put his face on it. Come on, look at it.
Oh, they're all like Photoshop mock-ups.
I cannot
It's
believe this
ridiculous.
is happening. I really can't.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
But a little forward thinking, fellas, you guys got some instruments and stuff worth money. Would these be worth money someday? Just
No.
out of the pure bastardness
No.
of it.
Mandelbrot set in our Discord said they're already below original trading value on like sale. Like they've
I was
already
just
lost
wondering if-
money.
I was just wondering if he would listen to reason and stop this immediately, and there'd only be a little bit released. Somehow they could be worth money somehow.
I don't think he's capable of
I'm not going to
anything.
try it. No.
Yeah. There's no reason in this man. His ego is out of control to pull this and think, yep, I'm winning. Yes, and I made that reference on purpose.
Yeah,
My
Ugly
fucking
German,
dad will probably get the whole set.
Ugly German True says that they stole almost all the images from a t-shirt company and just put his fucking ugly head on top of it. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Or it was just like done with some kind of AI thing. It's just like, but I mean, I must be old. I really do not understand NFTs.
Neither do I.
I
don't either.
I don't get it.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah. To me, it makes no sense because as soon as you show it to somebody digitally, they can just grab a screenshot and now other people have it. You might have a higher res, clearer quality version, but most people are content with the postage stamps they think are photos they put on Facebook for safekeeping.
Yes.
So nobody
that
cares,
is funny.
man. Yeah. It's so stupid. Yeah, I wonder, are they real NFTs or are they just pictures being sold for $100? Right? Because NFTs have something to do with the blockchain and blah blah, so that supposedly you can't actually copy the file, but people can still screenshot it and stuff. So it's as dumb. What it is was a clever idea to convince people with cash to part with some. That's
What's
it.
stopping us from just making some funny ones with him, like in different funny fucking positions, and selling them for $1?
Oh, we could have Elvira wearing a strap on with Trump.
Happy Halloweeny!
Quick, somebody draw a GIMP mask.
Yeah, I'm going to have a grown up come along and explain to me all this NFT blockchain shit. It's just way over my head.
Me too. I
Yeah.
have no shame in saying it. I haven't researched it, but it just still makes absolutely no sense.
I have tried to research it, and I come out of it
Worse off.
worse off than ever. It's like, what? Still don't
Oh my
get it.
God. Jen in the chat says, and it's really sad to think that they have sold out. Oh my God.
I'm not surprised at all.
But how can
we're
you
silly
sell
world,
out?
guys.
It's like a game company putting a game up, a digital download, and saying they've sold out of digital downloads. How does that even fucking work?
Melania bought the whole batch just to shut them the fuck up for a week.
Yeah. No, I bet I know what happened. It's people from Truth Social who rushed out to buy them because they wanted to be first to post that they had one, and now they're out $100.
At least, because you can't get just one. It's like whatever that candy was.
But how
Oh,
much
wow.
money? How much money did he make out of that?
Wow.
I mean,
12
honest to
hours.
God.
And will he pay taxes?
Of course not. It's probably a fucking charity.
Yeah, he's immune.
0.0001% of every dollar sold will go to an unnamed charity.
Wow.
I mean,
Oh.
it's fucking stupid, but wow, Trump, I have to tip my hat to you on this one, because you managed to just scam the fucking world with your shit.
I don't know which is worse, the fact that they exist or the fact that they're sold out. I think it's the
Yeah.
fact that they're sold out.
Yeah.
4.4 million, apparently. Shinzi. That's how much he's made out of that.
Fuck me
Wow.
running.
Holy. Wow. Well,
So-
And
There'll be
actually,
Kanye ones for Christmas.
PJ says, brings up a very, very, poignant comment. He says, I can't believe people were waiting for an important announcement from Trump, because he was talking about an important announcement.
Yeah.
And this was it.
Yeah.
This was the announcement. Everybody was thinking, "Oh no, he's gonna say I'm running for president or whatever." No, this was it. The shitty trading card NFT shit. Really?
If I see kids down at the corner store trading Trump cards, I'm gonna punch them in the face.
No, yeah. I thought my Pokemon cards out trump your cards. I mean, it brings back the cards. Remember Top Trumps? This is literally Top Trumps.
Yeah, but
Or,
the one nobody ever asked for.
DK, I know you're not that into football, but what's those cards that they sell forever? Been out for years and
Oh
years.
God, yeah, Delongi or something.
I thought it started with
whatever.
a P. I guess
Yeah,
I'm way off.
Poloni, Polongi, Palugi,
Yeah,
Poo
Polini.
Tang. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll have those.
Where is?
Who's going to do it next? Because this
Yeah.
is going to definitely start a trend of absolute buffoonery.
Well, I was going to say Elon's going to jump on this one, I bet. But PJ in the chat says, "I remember Top Trumps because at least he remembers that thing." But he said, "At least you had something in your hand to collect." That's also called prostitution. But never mind, we won't move on.
The next one I wanted to go to was in Berlin, the Aquadome Hotel. It has an aquarium containing 1,500 fish. Well, it exploded.
The first thing I thought of was the fish.
1,500 fish, but 1 million gallons of water.
Yeah, a million gallons.
Well, no, the fucker was 52 meters tall.
Yeah, it didn't look structurally.
Cylindrical.
It didn't look like it should be an aquarium.
No. Look at that.
Very
Look at the
tall,
street
very
scene.
narrow, and tons of fucking water.
I want to know. I want to know which glass blower blew that fucking piece of glass, because he must have
King Kong.
Lungs like nobody's business.
Well, not mind that. The bloody engineers thought it up, and then obviously didn't realise that at some point it's going to collapse. I mean, somebody's head's going to fucking roll for that, aren't they? Look at the state of that street. Look, it's all come out in the street and everything. Well, it would do.
Somebody told me just before that there was like a shitload of people in front of it.
Oh, wow.
But it doesn't say anything about it being killed, does it? I mean, it doesn't say anything.
No, there wasn't when it happened.
There was there's a couple of people who have been injured, but they were saying the time it exploded. Oh no, I say exploded. It wasn't blown up, but
collapsed.
Collapsed, broke. It was there was a couple of people injured. Like an hour later, the lobby of the hotel would have been full. The streets have been full. Yeah. And it would have been a fucking disaster. They were just lucky it happened at a very, very quiet moment in the night. And they were saying a lot of people have been saying that it's due to the unseasonably low temperatures.
And probably warmer water on the inside.
Apparently it was like -10, and it might have caused a crack, which obviously will go.
Wow.
Poor janitors.
With that kind of pressure as well, it might as well have been an explosion, didn't it?
I tell you what,
it was, but
but the thing is, I almost wish I could have witnessed that.
Oh yes, there's no video. I was hoping there was. When I saw the report, I was looking for a video. I want to see this, and there isn't. So
that would be fucking amazing to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's right, but you remember that as like explosion in Beirut, which was horrific, but the video footage of it was fucking staggering to see that all that fertilizer shit blow up. I mean, this is a similar sort of thing. I wish there was some kind of footage just to see what an amazing piece of destruction.
Those poor janitors are going to be plucking red snappers out of the vents for years.
Yeah. Well, that old joke of you stick an old prawn in someone's car ventilator or down the back of a radiator.
My senior year.
It's that hotel's going to be stinking of rotten fish for years.
Yeah, about 1,500 fish. It's about to be maybe a few that have got stuck in some cobby hole somewhere.
Yeah,
that they can't get rid of, and then eventually they'll rot, like you said, and they'll stink. Oops, 1,500 fish. Fucking right.
Wow.
I mean, like Berlin, there's nothing really that much dramatic happens in Berlin, but
Well, not
yeah.
anymore.
Not anymore. No,
Well, not for a while.
not for a while, at least. No.
Mm.
Well, even during the Cold War, nothing much happened.
Okay, German True says M2M. It's not nice to call the reception lady some old cubbyhole.
Yeah.
Now Marie says it's going to smell like a Gwyneth Paltrow candle.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Dick. There you go.
Oh no! Don't even do it.
Badge.
Here, I don't have video of it happening, but I have found a little bit that we can just watch here.
Aaron pointed out it's going to smell like a Gwyneth Paltrow candle.
Yeah.
Seasonal trout version.
What's that fountain like? What's that pointing sideways? It's like the whole load of water.
Yeah,
Goes.
yeah,
What's that
it's
coming from?
it's like, you know, I don't know. It's
That's
like it's this spill. Oh, there's water still spilling out everywhere.
I must have destroyed a pipe or something.
Yeah, fuck knows.
It's not because that pipe's not coming from the dome, is it? I don't know. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of damage though in there.
I mean, the thing is, 52 meters high. It must have been an incredible. There's actually a lift on the inside of it.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, well, I should say there was a lift on the inside.
Yeah,
of
it was.
it.
Yeah.
So you could actually, you know, be in the lift and be inside the aquarium as it goes up and down. Must have been incredible to see before it blew up. Not so much now.
I wonder if somebody will have some sort of video footage from their phone because I'm like, well, trouble is it was so quiet.
What time did
it happen?
Cameras at least.
Yeah,
you would.
I think you most likely, if anything, it's going to be security cameras. It was a lot of the eyewitness reports of people who weren't. Well, I guess they didn't have their phone in their hand while it happened. You know, just like, oh fuck.
Also, it happened pretty quickly as well, wouldn't it? Be like,
yeah, most people were in their rooms or somewhere else, and they reported, you know, what happened. But you know, I don't think there's any actual eyewitness, and especially no video.
Yeah, I would love to see it, but I think we'll have to wait a bit until somebody finally, you know, goes through security stuff and gets camera footage and then leaks us one, right?
It's probably a legal obligation.
Could be.
Investigate it, make sure nobody actually did anything.
But the search for fame drives people to do stupid shit, and I'm not, you know, I wouldn't doubt that somebody, you know, will get us a copy of it.
Protesters protesting fucking guinea pig murder in Afghanistan.
Well, did you ever see that footage of the tuna fish where someone took a picture in an aquarium, and the tuna fish just like went straight for the light of the, you know, the flash of the camera, and it killed itself because it smashed its head against the glass.
Wow.
damn.
That was wild. So Aaron says maybe there was a fish tapping on the glass.
Yeah,
I'm done with this shit, and so are all of you.
So if you've got a fish in an enclosure that's able to kill itself by smashing into the glass, does that mean you have to have a lot of empty tins ready just to, you know, so you can get it all in there?
Yeah.
Right.
I would have been down there for a shot, get some free fish.
I was wondering if it was a saltwater tank. It's probably a saltwater tank.
Don't know. Why would it be?
Well, with a tuna in it, you'd figure.
Was there tuna in it though?
I don't think it was tuna in that one. No.
No.
Oh,
So don't usually.
Hmm.
Tuna are massive fish, aren't they? They're fucking huge.
Oh yeah.
They can go really big.
600, 700, 800 pounds, I think.
Can be.
Yeah, crazy big.
Fat fuckers.
Yeah.
so
Something that wasn't quite so big, but I really want to bring this up because it came to attention here. Woman from Canada. Check this out. This is second place gingerbread house.
Wow.
Man.
Look at that.
Right?
That's
Look at
gingerbread
that.
house. Jesus Christ.
Nobody's
looks
gonna fucking
amazing.
eat that. I bet it's spray coated forever.
Wait
Oh.
a minute. Dick, you said second place.
Yeah,
No
it's
shit,
second
I
place.
didn't notice that.
Yeah,
hell.
this
What's
is second
first?
place. I don't know. I didn't get that one. I just got this one. It's
First place was an NFT.
Yeah. Had Trump's face on it. Nobody wants to know.
It's already orange, just like the gingerbread.
But yeah, that's just wild. That's not what I have in mind when I think gingerbread house. You know, I get the little kits and they always just look the same every fucking year, right?
Yeah. Tastes the same
Yeah.
as well.
With the
Usually
walls you put
buy
up.
shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. Here,
Well, we had a program on the yesterday. My wife was watching, and he had all these people making special like Christmas cakes, and they were making cakes in the shape of Santa and a little dog with a parcel on its back and all this kind of stuff. But one thing I did say is like, well, none of the cakes look delicious, and I can admire the art, but I like a cake you want to fucking eat.
yeah.
And the same with that ginger cake house thing. I mean, it's fantastic. I doesn't look very
Well, here.
tasty.
Yeah, but look at this. Look at this now. Okay, so hold on a second here. First, I give you the Victorian second place. Okay, now let me scroll down to this is first place, Peter Pan themed.
You see, that's more traditional, isn't it? Well, sort of.
They're so completely different in and of each other that I don't think I could have picked, because this one's really fun and cartoony and the other one's just so precise that it almost looks like it's, like
Well,
what?
To make a judgment, though, we really need to see all the other entries, don't we? To be fair, to kind of give an idea as whether that deserved first place or the other one deserves second and all the rest of it.
So is that a person at the back of it? Or was that part of the cake?
Yeah, right enough. Might be.
And,
who's going to be the one who want to eat her then?
You can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is another one of the entries. And like the doors open and stuff, and there's like little rooms set up. Holy shit, man.
Damn.
Or is that the same one from this one? They just don't look the same.
It's the same one. It's the same one. I'm sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh
It is.
yeah, look it down
I don't
here.
know.
Right? Yeah, it is. Check
Oh, okay.
that out.
What's wrong with a fucking gatto? You morons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a gingerbread house, is it? But I know what you mean, though. You want to see a traditional gingerbread. Like that one that actually won probably might be deserving of it, because that's kind of more in line with traditional gingerbread houses, I think.
Yeah.
Thing is, we don't really have this kind of. It's only in the past few years that we've seen this whole gingerbread house sort of thing sneaking into our country. It was never particularly a thing. It seemed to be more of an American tradition.
So you see like kits and stuff in stores.
We're starting to see them, but
I think it was something like an Austro-German sort of thing. I think Austria, Germany.
that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I think that's where I could be wrong about that, but I think that's where the reason why I know that is I think that is because I lived in Germany as a kid, and it was very traditional German households.
Yes.
During Christmas time, very very traditional.
Yeah, and honestly, if you look at the traditional, I guess American air quotes gingerbread house, they're kind of Bavarian looking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's where they come from. So yeah.
There's to switch over to Musk here, because this is kind of why I actually brought him up in the beginning and whatnot. But the report is that Tesla investors are seriously concerned over Musk's involvement with Twitter. They say, yeah, the stock is now trading at 156 after hours Wednesday passed. down 60%. Tesla stock from January and on track for their worst full year performance. Some analysts speculate that the stock sell, because he just dumped a whole bunch more Tesla stock and Twitter stock, is just to cover on the debt, the $13 billion in debt that came with the Twitter package, and $3 billion is unsecured debt, which Twitter pays an interest rate of like 11.75% on. So, he's almost scrambling, trying to pay the protection money to keep his little restaurant open. You know what I mean? But
you mean he borrowed money from the Saudis and he knows the Saudis get their money back with bone saws?
Yeah, he's so he's really, and the Tesla board and the stock and some heavy stock holders are very concerned over the whole thing, because it's seriously slashing Tesla's own value as a company just because he's involved with it, not anything to do with the company itself.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people who talk about, investing in Tesla, and for a while, I was following a few channels and just like talking about it all the time, and people are plowing money left, right, and center into Tesla, and in some ways, it's a good investment, except Elon Musk seems he's his own worst fucking enemy. It's just like, I mean, he just has to just do one thing and Tesla stock just like drops. I don't think there's many companies. I think the only company I can think of was Ratner's, and M2M might remember them. There was a jewelry company, and the guy went on TV and he did an interview, and he basically says, "Oh, we just sell tat. It's a load of crap."
Yeah, literally said that. Then he said, "Yeah, we sell crap."
And a week later, the company was bankrupt because it was like a massive chain up and down the country, and it just destroyed the company. Destroyed the company with just one interview.
Yeah,
and Elon seems to be doing that sort of thing with his own.
But weekly now.
It kind of smacks of Ratner's. Yeah, that guy from Ratner's. I mean, they've been trading for quite a number of years, haven't they? Before he said that, and I think he was trying to kind of like, on the basis of publicity, all publicity is good publicity, whatever it is. And they've been trading for a number of years, but people felt conned because they thought they were buying, decent jewelry at cheap prices and beating the big wigs that sell all the gold and all the diamonds and stuff at top prices. But he came on a few years later and said, "Nah, it's shit."
Yeah, he just shows up and insults everybody who's ever spent $1 at his shop.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he wasn't scamming anybody. The gold he was selling was as claimed. But just that impression that he gave just destroyed the company overnight.
Yeah. Shit, he said. It's crap.
That's hilarious.
Musk actually had a court-ordered Twitter sitter that never was quite enforced with it was I think it was either with PayPal or with Tesla. I know he had a court-ordered Twitter sitter.
Dear Lord. Court ordered.
Now it's just Twitter quitter.
It's this whole thing with Twitter, I bet every night he just sits there in bed drinking. How the fuck did this happen to me? It was so obvious that he was like, "Oh, I didn't really want it." No, and he's fucked. He had to, right? Now
the question is SpaceX floated on the stock market? Is that a public limited company?
No, it's not. No.
Right. Just because Tesla seems to be his one where he dips into if he needs to, make some cash and
I think he still holds a good 66 billion in Tesla stock. So he's got quite a bit of liquidation before he can be like kicked out of the company, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's been basically losing about $10 billion every single month. That's like one Theranos every single month this year.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
but that might be the companies though. But is that him personally?
Yeah,
or his
that's
company?
stock market value and all included, right? Because
Right,
there's
okay.
such a huge drop. But yeah, that's why the
Yes.
investors are so pissed, because there's a lot of other people that are just watching their money pile shrink. You know, nobody wants that when it comes to investment. That's nobody goes, "Oh, it's okay, Elon, you know, we'll see you next quarter." They go, "What the hell, man?" You know, nobody wants that crap. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think he could be in a position where, you know, kind of like a young Steve Jobs, he might actually get, you know, shown the door of a couple of his own companies, you know, if this doesn't turn around for him. See how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that could
deserves
happen.
it for the fuck up.
I'm really just not taking any of this seriously. I really not. I just some of it I just find it's funny because I kind of in the back of my mind I keep thinking I think he's trolling everybody. You know, I think he does these things on Twitter and then he goes home and chuckles to himself. They're all having a fucking meltdown at all this. The rest of it as well. I think. Oh, I don't
You
know.
know, I wouldn't. I'll be at all surprised if you're right, Matt. I mean, it's just so hard to figure him out.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well,
a bit weird.
that's sure as hell one expensive chuckle, you know?
Yeah, but he doesn't care because he's still got
Yeah.
shitloads.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have thought a businessman would want to lose that kind of money if that's like you said. But I mean, he's like you said, is that 10 billion personal money he's losing, or is that just
Well, that's
No,
the
it's
value
wealth.
of the
that's
that's
the
the value
company.
of the stock that he owns.
Yeah,
It's stock value, but it's still his net worth on paper.
but he's
It's
got investments with all kinds of other things as well, tons of different things. He's got got investments in lots of different pies, not just Tesla. So
most of it is
What?
in Tesla.
He's got
Most of it.
stock in pies. Our pie is going to suddenly drop. I want my pie.
All right.
He's
it also-
naming.
Go ahead. Sorry.
He's
It
naming.
also Okay, yeah, we got a little bit of latency between somebody here, but this also comes right, like his last big sell of Tesla stock comes just as some of the bigger investors are urging Tesla and the board of directors to be buying back shares right now to bump up the price and get things back in order. And here he goes selling off a bunch. So there's quite a few rich people that are really pissed at him right now. Bottom line, right? For sure.
Oh dear, some rich people pissed off. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
There'll be some angry champagne drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's pissing off the intelligence community too, because like FBI agents and information analysts that Twitter hired, knowing where they came from. Now he's saying, well, these people quit and these people work for the FBI or the CIA, and he's trying to start conspiracy theories with that to undermine people's faith in those agencies as part of some political bullshit.
We got what do we got here? Let me just get my hand free. Sorry about that. We got one I wanted to go to today in switching back to January 6th. So we got Doug Jensen, Capitol rioter, among first in the building, and he's taken 60 months in prison as well as 36 months of supervised released after and a couple of grand in restitution. That's his full thing in court. Do you think he got enough? Do you think is that too light for somebody who was first in the building for what was pretty much a coup on the government?
It was how many months again?
60. So he got what? 5 years, right? Yeah. 5 years, and then he does 3 months of supervised release.
And he probably do half that.
Yeah, I'm sure all those rules still apply where, he'll
Supervised-
actually do 3 years plus a year and a half of supervised release or whatever.
Supervised release, is that the same thing as bail? Not bail.
No.
No, not
No.
bail.
Basically,
what do you call it?
probation.
Probation. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry, not bail. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Probation.
probably probation, but supervised release sounds more like even maybe like a halfway house kind of thing. Where
Yeah, it
you're
could
in
be.
a facility, but you still get to go to the park and feed ducks or whatever the fuck you do. I don't know.
So it's probation that you've got to see your probation officer every week or whatever, or every day, or in some cases.
Oh, I'm sure they're on site, right?
Supervised release. So it could be, like you said, it's a halfway house. He used to report into this home probably every single night by a certain time, like by curfew. But other than that, he's free to do whatever he wants during the day, sort of thing. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's even tagged.
Yeah, I mean,
knows,
there's
definitely.
different ways of doing it, especially depending on where you are and whatnot. So, it doesn't really go on to say how they're defining that in the article that I have here. So
what was he? I missed actually part of it. What was he actually charged with? What was the?
Well, he was one of the first.
With? Yeah, I know he was. Yeah.
Wasn't he the guy with the Viking horns?
But what was the charge? What was he convicted for? What's the charge? Was it insurrection or? Because everybody was saying it was insurrection.
I think this one's kind of written as if you were following along, because it really doesn't, say. Yeah.
I never really followed the whole thing. I was aware that him and lots of others have been arrested and questioned and stuff. But
yeah. Yeah, no, this article doesn't lay it out, so I would have to keep looking, and that's probably not even, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't the guy with the horns, but he has trust the plan sweatshirt on here. Wait a minute, I can bring it up. That's him there.
Oh, yes, him. I've seen that photograph.
Yeah. Real intellectual on display there,
He got the QAnon shirt on and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Really deep in the rabbit hole. Really deep.
Yeah, that's sad, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I myself think it should be higher for what happened. But he's not exactly one of those, dressed in a military outfit with weapons or anything. So I can, because I think other people got worse, and that probably makes about sense. Although for me, storming a government building like this during that time, doing what you're doing, I mean, it should just be toss the book at them completely. But that's me.
Accessory to the crime. Yeah.
Yeah. None of them should be getting off at all. Fuck that. No way.
My husband just whirled across the room. Public stupidity. Yeah. Sort of thing my dad would say.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. So let's see here.
I mean, the whole thing was kind of like, it's the same with any kind of riot, really. It's like it's the sheep herd mentality, isn't it? The lemming mentality. You get a group that would sort of like incite it, and everybody else just follows. And that's quite often the same with any kind of riot. It usually takes a small group of people, but then they get this mob mentality.
Yeah,
just like you just all carry on with it, And,
well, that carries on into his defense, because he was very much, I totally 100% believed QAnon, and that was very much, now I'm reformed since I've been arrested and stuff, and I understand, how wrong I was, and so they really played the Q card, I guess you say.
I don't believe that they actually think that they did something wrong. I bet you most of them do it again too.
Oh, I totally agree.
Yeah. Just for the hell of it. Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, here in Northern Ireland, I mean, we especially during the 12th, we still get, riots. They're not quite as widespread as they used to. We still get them. The Catholics fighting the Protestants, and then they end up fight the police and all the rest of it. And there was a news crew that went out. It was some years ago, and they started interviewing these kids as to what's going on. These are sort of like modern kids. If you think about it, if you think about going back to the Troubles in the 50s and 60s, they understood what was going on because it was the height of the Troubles, and they're very politically aware. But these kids didn't have a clue why they were doing it. They had no clue why they were throwing bricks and petrol bombs at the police. Oh,
Jesus,
it's
saint.
just
Just
for the
caught in
crack.
the moment.
Yeah, there's a saying. It's for we just do it for the crack. You know, you know that's the, quite often that's the case. Don't really know why they're doing it, but they're just doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's always
not
been
a good
done.
answer. Not one that's good for the prospects of your future. That's for fucking sure. Wow.
Right.
You know, I'm still shaking my head over the goddamn Trump trading cards. It's just, how can this be, a thing?
Well, that was the first I'd actually seen them. I'm so blown away.
What's that Trump trading cards? Wow.
Yeah, the NFT things, right? You know.
Yeah. Nice.
Dear Lord. Look at the cowboy one. I mean, come on. It should be Vladimir Putler's face on that. Look at it. Look at.
So you just forgive my really stupid question. This is how little I understand. It's not an actual trading card, right? That you hold in your hand.
It's digital. No.
Wow.
And the whole thing with the NFT is that somehow you're convinced, due to the blockchain that's behind it, which is a long, convoluted thing that I could try to explain, but in the end, it's based on the belief that you believe you have the only unique one. And the fact is, as soon as you show people, they can just take a screenshot from your social media feed or whatever. So now it's all over the place. Like, you watch, all you have to do is wait till tomorrow and every single one of the images will be up on Google image search. So I just, it blows me away. But for some reason, people just bought this NFT thing. I don't get it.
I can't begin to even, I'm pretty empathetic. I just can't fucking begin to get this one. I just can't at all.
You know, lots of us can't. That's the reason why it didn't take off, and they've all virtually just lost money and stuff, because it never became something that like regular people bought into the way they did with like Bitcoin and whatnot. And it's just your standard pyramid scheme at that point, right? If you don't get enough people to keep coming in, it all falls apart. It's a joke. But that's the modern digital age for you. I just don't know how to. I just don't know how to even reconcile it. You know.
No.
Oh yes, I remember reading about NFTs some time ago. Going back a few years ago, it was actually a real investment thing. But I don't. They obviously clearly didn't think it through very well. It's digital by nature, so therefore it's going to be open to copying easily, right? Yeah. So I remember thinking at the time, hang on a minute. How are they getting away with this? So obviously, so I'm not surprised that it's been people have used it as a scam.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So is it the Trump's desperate for money, or is it just boredom,
attention?
Yeah,
at $100 a piece, and they're supposed to be like unique. So once you buy the one of him standing there in the cape and that, nobody else can buy it. Then I mean, how much did he make? It just seems like a scream for attention.
Yeah. Total scam.
But here's some information on Trump that we should bring up quick. The January 6th House Committee investigating the January 6th incident, 2021 there, is now considering asking the Justice Department to pursue at least 3 criminal charges against former President Donald Trump. And this is according to a source very familiar with the matter, and it's on CNN Politics. The criminal charges being considered include obstruction of an official proceeding, conspiracy to defraud the federal government, and insurrection. The referral recommendations will be presented at a committee meeting this coming Monday. The final committee report could include additional charges proposed for Trump, according to the source. It will provide justification from the committee's investigation for recommending the charges. So this is like, fresh off the papers kind of thing. It was updated literally just in the last 30 minutes. Interesting indeed. Donald might have some real bad times coming his way. Oh, man.
Keep thinking that, and it just keeps not happening.
Oh, it could, though. It very much could. I mean, when it comes to, I guess, ex-presidents and whatnot, people are really dragging their feet to be absolutely sure. But being an ex-president and whatnot, I'm pretty sure that they're 100% everything's going to stick when they're ready to do it. So that's, I think it's interesting. I really can't wait to find out what happens come Monday. Should be interesting stuff indeed. I mean,
You just got to step back and look at it, and just, it's fascinating that somebody like him has become what this is. It's just, wow.
yeah. His existence is just this unbelievable, on display for everybody train wreck at this point, right? You know, you can see it just collapsing in around him. It's just crazy.
And the supporters just give him more slobbery and desperate.
Yeah. There's one other one here I wanted to bring up. Here we go. In Peru, like there's unrest in Peru right now, you know, some real heavy stuff going on. Thousands of tourists are stranded near Machu Picchu because they can't get anywhere. The December arrest of the country's former president spurred chaos in Peru, right? And there's all kinds of ongoing political protests and, like, you know, really intense stuff going on. Rail lines, roads, and airports have all been closed, and all kinds of tourists from all over the place are stranded around Machu Picchu, just trying to get by and wait for a way to get the hell out.
Sounds kind of awesome.
Well, yeah, but you know,
except for the food and stuff, it's just way worse places to be stranded.
Yeah, it's very remote and all. Like, it's not exactly like you're going to 7-Eleven to get some chicken fingers for supper, right? You know, I bet it's a bit tough.
Told you we should have went to Lake Titicaca.
It's a bit tough. What, the chicken's a bit tough, you mean? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
But yeah, they're the situation is not good, and they're not being cared for properly. So I hope that everything, you know, does pick up real soon, and they can get the hell out of there. That would be real shitty. One of the last ones I have here is Brittany Greer. You know, returned prisoner from Russia there. She's announced plans to be back playing pro ball in 2023, back on the pro circuit in the WNBA. So that's awesome. That's really good news.
But she's got a story to tell.
Oh, wow. You know, she'll be so popular on the circuit for interviews and whatnot that year. Like, I hope that she can literally just keep her brain on the game and not get all wrapped up in it, because that'll be intense.
Yeah.
You know, the team will have to really help manage that for her. But, you know, I like it.
And didn't we give them a prisoner too?
Yeah, like a real nasty, not cool arms dealer kind of guy too. So that side of it really sucks. But Brittany was a complete pawn, and so you just had to, right?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm back.
Hey, how's it going?
No, a bit of internet drop off. Sorry. What
Yeah, I was
miss?
wondering.
I didn't even notice you'd gone.
Yeah. Oh,
I did
no.
immediately, by the way, DK. I was concerned. Just saying.
Thank you, Charlie. At least you fucking care.
Yeah, there was no post in Discord in the green room or anything, so I knew it was a connection issue. Right? You could tell. Yeah. Buddy's back. All right. And Twitter just suspended like 5 or so journalists over claims they revealed the real-time location of Elon Musk. And he's also done, remember that guy that was tracking his plane, who lost his account but then got it back? Elon has supposedly shadow banned him, and it looks like it's true because views and whatnot for that guy have dropped to like, minimal. There's some shenanigans there for sure. There just is. But I mean, you can't just be, kicking people off for personal reasons and stuff. I understand why Trump lost his account because of the crap that was being said. That's complete misinformation, and you're deluding people and you're leading them astray. But these are just journalists who happen to say, "Oh yeah, dude's here." I think that's pretty heavy-handed.
I mean, well, to be honest with you, it's only social media, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's be realistic about it. I mean, this is why I'm not really taking a lot of this very seriously. Okay, he's doing a lot of shitty stuff to people. Okay, agreed. But like this stuff about so and so being banned, so like, and get over it. I mean, if I lost my Twitter account, I wouldn't really be too upset, to be honest with you.
This really goes on to the people that are getting quite annoyed about this is the United Nations, actually.
Right. God.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Stephanie Dujarric, posted on Friday that the UN is very disturbed by the arbitrary suspension of journalists on Twitter, adding that media voices should not be silenced on a platform professing to give space for free speech. And I got to agree there.
I mean, why come on. The United Nations, are they not? They're supposed to be looking after world peace and making sure everybody's safe and all that kind of stuff. And
right,
people are... Oh, come on.
Yeah, but if you look at it, though, a social media platform like Twitter is so powerful that a lot of times when you're having a problem with like creator support for YouTube Studio and being a YouTube creator, you can actually speed it up by talking to Team YouTube on Twitter. And that it does kind of fall in line that, if your platform is that powerful in the world, you can't actually police it locally because, you could have all these different countries that have different rules and regulations and so on. And a universal approach to if you claim free speech, then you can't clamp them down just for speaking isn't something that's that bad. It just maybe isn't the UN's thing. There could be, well, I don't know. They are the group where everybody's supposedly the United Nations. So I guess that is kind of where it goes. I don't know. It's a tough one because it sounds odd being there. I do agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying about free speech and journalists should be able to report on what they want to report on. I get it. I really do. I mean, if they were shut down completely by governments and things like that, where successive governments have done that in the past for whatever reason, right? Particularly, far right governments and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's just social media. Twitter is not the biggest of the social media. At the end of the day, it's pretty big, but it's not the biggest. Facebook is far bigger.
Yeah. I got something here to add there, Matt. So the thing that's pissing people off is what happened is after Musk was called on this, they've changed their privacy policy at Twitter, and it now prohibits the sharing of live location information. And therefore, they can fall back on that as, no, we're not squashing free speech. But there is so many Twitter accounts that track this and that and the other things location-wise. So are they all screwed? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, it's the same with Facebook as well. You can do the same thing on Facebook potentially, but that you can turn that off and on as well.
Yeah,
that's you've been able to do that for quite some time, actually, pretty much since the day go. But I mean, people don't realize.
Wait till Elon buys that too.
Yeah, I mean, but the way I see it, if his information was revealed, like his location, and it was public information, well, tough shit. But if it wasn't, and if it involved some hacking, then no, that's wrong. That's just wrong. Pure and simple. So yeah, it just depends. If it was public information, tough shit, Elon. Sorry.
Yeah.
You live with the consequences. But but I mean, I've seen it all over Twitter myself. I'm well aware of it, and the people like going absolutely nuts about so and so being banned, another person being banned, this person being banned, and like, calm down. I mean, like now you're saying UN to get involved a bit. Oh, come on,
it's
please.
too much. Yeah,
it's just social media. Get over it. It's just an account. Just open another email and open a different one. Then it's that easy to do. I've got mine got closed down. I'll just open another one.
Yeah. maybe the big giant social media companies need a board of directors where each person's from a different country, and as such you'll get a way more global view to how things should be.
Right.
I don't know, but what
I
are you going
think
to do?
Kind of makes me laugh that the UN has got a Twitter account. Do they have a TikTok account as well?
OnlyFans, they got it all.
The reason why people are getting upset is Elon complains about cancel culture, yet he's constantly canceling people for the most ridiculous reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with that. Yeah, totally, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've already said my piece anyway.
I didn't hear it, Matt, because I was offline again. So you start again.
No, it's Dick that's been saying it. Basically, no, I'm not going to cut it again.
On the 12th day of Christmas.
Yeah.
I'll watch the snippet tomorrow.
Oh, it was Garbage Pail Kids, not Garbage Patch Kids.
Yeah.
Which Pale Kids? That's funny.
I used to have the stickers, and my mom would fucking whip the shit out of me. I'd stick them on all kinds of shit, thinking they'd come right off. Turns out they don't.
No, they were not the peelable kind. Rodent in the chat there. Rodent, no last name, threw this in. Good one, Rodent. That's funny.
Like what Aaron's written, it says Elon's once again done the impossible to make Mark Zuckerberg look reasonable.
They will do a charity boxing match at some point.
Yeah, they should.
Do you think him and Zuckerberg and what's his fucking name, Amazon guy, can't remember his name,
Bezos.
Bezos. Do you think they all landed in the same ship?
Probably.
It's like ET. They got kicked out of the UFO and the UFO fucked off and said, no, we're not coming back for you. Fuck off.
They're all
reference.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying they're referencing Spitting Image. It's an awesome channel. Go and watch it. It's funny.
But they're three different characters, aren't they? Bezos, Zuckerberg, and Elon. They're just completely different people, aren't they? And that'll make an excellent box.
Are they?
Like a three-way boxing. Oh, they could be the same people. Yes, maybe they're just the lizard people.
PJ left. We could ask him. Damn it.
Yeah, hidden.
Well, technically, Bill Gates cloned Elon Musk into Jeff Bezos. And the World Economic Forum controlled it all, and then yeah.
Have you seen Pete Shea's one of Pete Shea's theories? And it's who's the I'm sorry, I'm really rubbish with
God, that guy's insane.
I know he is.
We should explain who Pete Shea is.
Oh, insane. That's all you need to know. That's it.
Yeah.
He's Irish and he's completely insane. He believes in every conspiracy going. But anyway, what's the name of the black guy that played in Men in Black? I keep forgetting
Will
his
Smith.
name. Will Smith, right? So what he believes, if you turn Will Smith's head upside down, he looks like Barack Obama. So therefore, it's the same person.
Oh, that's
some fucked up shit.
Yeah, that's Pete Shea.
Yeah, that's Pete Shea. That's what he believes.
Wow.
He's the only one in the world that, as far as we know, that believes that.
I believe that he believes it too. He's absolutely slobbering
really
mad, man.
Yeah. I mean, he's the same guy that believes the Earth is actually a dead dodo and a tree at the same time.
That makes flat Earth sound normal.
He just gets hammered and screams at people. He's like, you just don't know.
Wow. Well, maybe we'll have to get the idiot of the week segment ready for next week and start picking on a few of these people. I just didn't quite have time this week to get everything ready, but pretty close. The idea is to have the newer format of the show completely ready for like a full. This is what it really is going to be January. So we're close. All
right.
I got to make a Christmas set coming up. I got the log cabin with the fireplace and all that. And, so I'll put that all together for some Christmas fun coming up here.
So if you putting on these shows on sort of like either, well, obviously not Christmas Day, but Boxing Day or Christmas Eve or anything like that? Or
well, my little guy's doing Christmas with mom and grandma this year, so I can do a Christmas with them just before or just after. And I've picked after because life is much calmer then, and we'll have a great little day all to ourselves and a big supper and all that and whatnot. So I'm free over the whole, Christmas 23rd, 24th, and 25th. So,
I distinctly remember last Christmas Eve. That stream was fun as hell, and it was like my first one.
Yeah,
Christmas Eve would be good. 25th and 26th, I don't think I will, because obviously I want to be.
Well, the funny thing about Christmas Day is we all kind of like stay away from streams and stuff. Because,
I don't know why, because I don't see anybody.
Well, exactly. Out of kind of like respect for the world, it's like the day off. The world is like had a day off, and what happens?
Fuck all that.
No, wait. Because in reality, what happens is your family has your Christmas dinner and they have their presents and then they all fuck off and do their own thing, and so most people are sat on Christmas Day going, Jesus Christ, I wish there was a fucking stream on because I'm bored.
Bored. Yeah, true. I'll probably do this.
We should do a marathon liquor up from Christmas Eve all through to Christmas Day.
New Year's.
Till New Year's. Yeah.
Yeah, 48 hour.
Channel would be nuked in like 10 hours.
Oh, fuck. Within about 10 songs.
Oh, we get shitload of viewers though. I guarantee it. I bet you will.
Yeah, we'll have to do it over. Depending on how far we're gonna push things, we'll do a main show here and then throw it over to Shills U and just let it go.
Yeah, see how it goes.
But I totally get your point, DK. I thought the same on Thanksgiving.
I find it on New Year's Eve probably is the worst because once upon a time we used to do like New Year's really big. We'd be going out.
Yeah, everybody used to.
Yeah, we used to go out and or go around somebody's house and be a fucking party. But ever since I had the kids, and that was like what 25, 29 years ago, we don't go out and you just watch the telly and you see the same old shit every year. And nothing fucking happens. And
it's an agonizingly depressing holiday for a lot of people, myself included.
It's agonizing depressing if you've got nothing going on.
What you mean? You don't look forward to getting your socks, your underpants, your debitors voucher, and watching The Great Escape?
What, on New Year's?
Christmas or New Year's or whatever.
No, we were talking about New Year's Eve.
Well, yeah, but either one.
Pay attention, Matt. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm just talking generally.
Just read the script.
Yeah. I got
where's my script? Where is it?
I'm working on a theme song for the Shills for New Year's, right? Rub it once, have a drink, and say Happy New Year. Rub it twice, take a toke, and say Happy New Year. And then, we got to fill in some blanks. But yeah.
Chorus of Happy New Year.
Yeah. Rubber, 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 rubber.
Then the dancing girls come out and it gets fucking real.
Yeah.
Do you think we should do a rendition of 12 Days of Christmas, our version? Do you think?
Oh, again?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but this time you have to pick new ones. And if you use the same one, then somebody gets a virtual kick in the teeth.
Oh, God, I can't do that.
You got to come in with fresh new material. You can make it up ahead of time, or you can, just throw caution to the wind.
No, forget that idea then.
Yeah. Well, we got through the topics and whatnot, and we've had our shits and giggles. So why don't we quickly wrap up, run around the room, and let everybody say their good nights and goodbyes. Let's start with Charlie.
I'm just gobsmacked at this trading card thing. For some reason, I want to look into it more, just because I just can't even begin. I want square one to click into place, but that's all. Had a really good time with you guys, though.
What about yourself, Commander? What do you think?
Tonight was great. Sorry I couldn't, be here for most of it.
Oh, no worries. Better late than never, as they usually say. Matt, M2M, what do you think, man?
Yeah, it's been fun. Don't know what else to say, really. It's been good. Thank you very much.
Cool. And DK, are you even there still?
Oh, I'm still here.
Right.
Yeah, the trading card things. Yeah, that really does kind of like confuse me. How come they're trading cards? What are you trading? What are you trading for? Oh yeah, cash. Yeah, thanks, Trump. Well done. What a fucking moron. Yeah, there's so much we could have talked about tonight, and but we'll have to, say good night. But we'll see you all soon, maybe on some weird and wonderful time where just look up. You know that little bell thing. Just press the fucking bell, because you never know when Dick's just going to wake up and say, you know what? I'm gonna go to stream, and I will just tell them, make sure you're sub to the Shills U as well, because it might end up there. You just never know with this crazy fucker where he's gonna go. So
true enough.
Yeah.
DK
and Matt wanted to jump in again.
I forgot something. Yeah, I've I don't know if you realise, but I've actually just become world famous. You know why?
No.
I had my question read out on a NASA stream today.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Are you amazed?
Well, no, but for 40 seconds, you were cool. Yeah, awesome.
I was quite excited for about 10 seconds. And it was cool. No, okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not that good.
Right on. Yeah. So, remember, everybody, when you're out there on social media, watch what you do, especially when you're all wasted and shit, because it could be you that we pick on next. Good night, everybody. See you out there.
It's over. Go home.